They told us it would be free to play. They promised a game for the fans, a triumphant return for a series that defined a generation of skaters. For over a decade, we waited. We hoped. We begged EA to bring it back. And now they have. But what we got is this. This isn't just a game, it's a storefront disguised as a skate park. And it feels like a slap in the face to every fan who waited patiently for this franchise to return. The announcement of a new free-to-play skate was met with a mix of excitement and, let's be honest, a lot of skepticism. On one hand, making it free meant everyone could drop into San Vansterdam, potentially creating the biggest skateboarding community ever. On the other, it came with the dreaded shadow of modern EA and its reputation for aggressive monetization. The developers at Full Circle made a lot of promises. They laid out 4 big rules: no pay-to-win, no locking map areas behind paywalls, no paid loot boxes, and no paid gameplay advantages. And, to be fair, they've kept those promises. But in doing so, they've completely missed the forest for the trees. They've built a system that, while not pay to win, feels engineered from the ground up to frustrate you into opening your wallet. This doesn't feel like the passion project we all hoped for. It feels like a machine meticulously designed to extract cash, and it disrespects the very soul of what made Skate special. So, how bad are the microtransactions, really? Let's start with the cosmetics. In a game like Skate, style isn't just a side dish, it's the main course. It's how you express yourself. It's your identity. The original games understood this, giving us tons of options to unlock just by playing the new Skate, however, sees your desire for self-expression as its primary revenue stream. The premium currency is called San Van Bucks, or SVBS, and you buy them with real money. The prices start at $4.99 for 500 SVB and go all the way up to $99.99 for a 12,000 SVB bundle. A single cosmetic item, like a shirt or a deck, can run you anywhere from 200 to 1,000 SVBS. Let's do some quick, painful math. 1,000 SVBs will cost you roughly $10, so one branded hoodie could set you back the price of a fancy coffee. But who wants just one item? You want the whole fit: the deck, the shirt, the pants, the shoes, the hat. The store is more than happy to sell you complete outfits in bundles, which can cost anywhere from 2,800 to 5,900 SVBS. Let's take that higher-end bundle. 5,900 San Van Bucks will set you back about $49.99. Just let that sink in. A single digital outfit in this free game costs nearly as much as a brand new, full-price AAA title. It's a pricing model that feels totally disconnected from reality. And naturally, the most desirable, unique, and branded items are the ones locked behind these steep paywalls, creating an instant visual divide between those who pay and those who don't. Your reward for playing the game is a closet full of generic gear, while the real drip is perpetually advertised on the main menu, a constant reminder that your free experience is a lesser one. Defenders of this model will immediately jump to the same line. You don't have to buy anything. You can earn it all for free. And that brings us to the second, more insidious part of this monetization nightmare: the grind. The free path to earning cosmetics is a system of loot boxes, called product boxes, which you get by spending an earned currency called RIP chips. You get RIP chips by completing missions and challenges. Sounds fair on paper, right? But the execution is designed to be a tedious, unrewarding slog. Players have run the numbers, and their staggering early estimates suggest that unlocking every item from the launch content's loot pools could take a massive number of RIP chips. With some community members calculating, it would take months of dedicated daily and weekly play. And what do you get for all that effort? Randomized junk. For every cool deck or pair of shoes, you'll get a dozen useless board stickers and generic t-shirts. The system is intentionally inefficient. It doesn't respect your time. It's built to frustrate you, to make the free path so miserable that you'll look at the store and think, maybe spending $20 is a better deal than grinding for another 40 hours. This is the classic pay-to-skip model. The game doesn't sell you power. It sells you convenience. It creates a problem. an agonizingly slow and random progression system, and then happily sells you the solution in the form of Sandvan bucks. While the developers can proudly claim there are no paid loot boxes, they've created a system that pushes you toward the same result. You can't buy RIP chips, but you can buy the specific items you want directly with SVBs, bypassing the miserable grind of the product boxes entirely. It's a choice between your time and your money, and the game is clearly balanced to make your money seem like the much better option. This model isn't just about high prices or a slow grind. It's about using a whole playbook of psychological tricks that the worst free-to-play mobile games perfected years ago. These tactics aren't designed for player enjoyment. They're designed to pressure you into spending. First is the use of confusing currency bundles. When you go to buy Sandvan bucks, you're hit with multiple options, with bigger packs offering bonus currency. That $100 pack gives you the best value, a classic tactic to encourage bigger purchases. This deliberately makes it hard to attach a real-world value to any single item. Your brain stops thinking, this digital shirt costs $8, and starts thinking, it only costs 800 SVBs, disassociating the purchase from your actual money. It's the exact same reason casinos use chips instead of cash. It makes you spend more freely. Then there's the Season Pass and the limited time offers, designed to weaponize your fear of missing out, or FOMO. The game is built around seasons, with exclusive cosmetics tied to each one. If you don't play enough, or pay to skip tiers, those items are gone for good. This creates anxiety and obligation, turning a creative sandbox into a part-time job you have to clock into, or you'll miss out on the good stuff. Seeing these systems in a game like Skate feels especially cynical. This was a franchise built on freedom, creativity, and a laid-back culture. Injecting it with the same high-pressure sales tactics you'd find in a gacha game feels like a fundamental betrayal of what the series is supposed to be about. Now, EA and Full Circle have been very vocal in defending this model. They argue that being free-to-play helps them build a huge ongoing community, and that microtransaction revenue is necessary to fund a live service game for years to come. And they constantly repeat the mantra that there are no pay-to-win advantages. And sure, they are technically correct. You can't buy a better skateboard that makes you flip faster or grind longer, but that defense is just hollow. It completely ignores the context of the game. In a shooter, cosmetics are just flair. In Skate, your board, your clothes, your style, that is the core of the experience outside of the mechanics. It's the main form of progression and self-expression. By locking the most meaningful cosmetic content behind absurd paywalls and a soul-crushing grind, they are compromising the core experience for a huge chunk of the player base. A large community doesn't mean much if that community feels exploited. The goodwill they tried to build by making the game free is being burned away by a system that feels disrespectful to its players' time and intelligence. This isn't a fair value exchange. It's a lopsided system that prioritizes short-term revenue over the long-term health and loyalty of the very community that begged for this game to exist. What we're left with in the new Skate feels like a tragedy. There's a solid game here, a glimpse of the classic gameplay we all fell in love with. But it's buried under a mountain of corporate greed. The promise of a game for the fans has been twisted into a product for the shareholders. Making it a free-to-play live service title wasn't about accessibility. It was about opening the door to a monetization model that is far more lucrative and far more predatory than a simple one-time purchase ever could be. The developers who promised us this wouldn't be a cash grab seem to have been overruled by the realities of their publisher. This isn't just about one game either. It's about a worrying trend where our favorite franchises are resurrected not out of passion, but as hollowed-out vessels for recurring revenue. For the millions of us who waited over a decade, this monetization model is more than just a disappointment. It is a slap in the face. It's a clear signal that our passion is seen not as something to be rewarded, but as a resource to be mined. And as we drop into Sandvansterdam, we're left with a bitter choice. Accept this new soulless reality, or watch another cherished franchise become a ghost of its former self. What do you think? Should EA tone down the microtransactions, or do you think they are justified to keep the Skate franchise alive? Thank you for watching. See you soon.